Hello, my name is Pankaj and welcome all of you to the next video on Pandas series. So I have already started on the Pandas series. The first lecture was what is data frame. If you haven't visited this tutorial, then go to this link that I will provide in descriptions and start from here. So back to our topic. So today topic is uh, the 10 most usual or the function that every Python engineer should know. See, he or she must know before starting to the pandas in the depth. So uh, I'm using the Jupyter notebook, and if you haven't started working on Jupyter, you must, and because this is a great learning app. So coming to the topic, in this folder I have already created the 10 functions and then their uses. I have already the CSV file that I will import and I'll show you the what is inside. So without delay, let's get start working on the code. So it's taking a while. Okay. So in this topic, we will discuss the 10 most functions. It's like I will read out the name, read, CSV, head, and tail, simple, info, columns, index, shape, size, and etc. etc. Uh, so we will jump directly to the first functions, that is read CSV and another is to CSV. So basically, um, what they are doing is if you have already a CSV file or Excel file that you want to convert to the data frame, I mean it's like reading this file, Excel file. For now, I have only using the CSV file. You can also read this Excel file. The another function is to CSV, which is like you have a data frame and then you want to save into the CSV file. So okay, so I will run the first cell. Um, okay, okay. So the first line is a pandas spd, and then I'm reading the CSV file and the name of the file, which were this one, right? First data frame CSV file. Then I'm printing the data frame. So let's run this file. It will take 2 or 3 minutes to run. First time because the kernel is busy. Okay. Once okay. Now you see it's the data inside the first CSV file is the index and data underscore one and data underscore two, the column, and they're the index and they're the data. So this is the file that we will use. Now you see it is showing the data inside the CSV file. Now if you want to save a file, this data frame to the CSV file, then you can use to underscore CSV file. This is very easy. Now for running the cell that you do not have anything, right? But when you run this file, there is a file that is created, name is duplicate CSV. So it's what we are doing is we converting data frame to a duplicate.csv file because the data frame is the first CSV data and we are converting a CSV file, right? So the data will be same on the first data frame and duplicate. Moving to the next function, which is head and tail. So what the head functions? If the head function will print out the top five row of a data frame. So let's start, and then okay, if I run this file, it will print out like data frame dot head, and it will print out the three rows, because we have only three rows. If it is more than five, or let's say it had 10 rows, then it will print most top five row. You can pass uh, what you call the argument, how many rows you want. So let's start. Let's hit this red button. If you see, I pass only two, so only there's a two row. And what is a tail does? It's print out the last five rows, right? So if I run this file, you will see the top the bottom up, the bottom last two rows, right? This one and two, right? Y and Z. Okay. So moving to the next function, which is simple, right? Let's assume that you have 100 rows and you want to choose the random five, right? The top is, I mean, it may be a reason that we want to take five rows randomly. We do not want to take the five topmost and bottom. So we can use the sample functions and the pass the argument, right? So if I run the sample functions, then if you see there's a two row displayed. If I run it again, then there's a two random function, right? Random. Okay. So moving to the next function, which is info. Okay. So this info will print out all the informations about the data frame, what the type, what are the columns. Okay, I will run this file, these functions, and if you see, it will print out what is a class, what type of this, and if it is series or data frame, uh, how many columns, and are they null value or not, what is the data type of this column, and how many memories you used to store this function, I mean this data frame, right? Okay. You should use this info functions every time. Okay. Moving to the next function, which is data frame dot columns and index. So these functions will print out the columns and the index. What I mean is, okay. So if you print the data frame underscore column, it is right. They are the column, right? Index data underscore one and data underscore two. Yeah, these one indexes and data underscore one and data underscore two. Right? Then if you print out the type of this, you will see it is the index from they are not list, right? They are from pandas, and if you want to convert them to a list, then you should use um, a dot to underscore list, right? Same as index, so this will print out the index of a data frame, and then you can convert to a list by using to underscore list function. Moving to the next function, which is shape and size. So these function will print out what is the shape of, I mean how many rows and how many columns in the data frame. Okay. So you see there is a three rows and three column of this data frame, which is df, and then the size will just multiply these row and columns. Okay, moving to the next function, which is dot location and dot iloc, which are you know, if you want to select a row or a specific um, subset of a data frame, then you can use .loc and .iloc. So the difference is between loc and iloc is, uh, you know, the loc just can accept uh, the name, but the iloc is just accepting the integer value. We will discuss deeply in the upcoming lessons, so don't worry about it. Okay, so if I run um, now the data frame, which is 1 2, if I want to select this 0, so you can use log 0, right? And you can also use iloc, which is also same. If let's say the index is this one, this, or data underscore one, then you can use here, like, let's say a, then it will print out the rows. But in the iloc you should use only integer value, that is 0 1 2, right? And you can also select by the index, and now this line will print out the subset of a data frame, like the first is row and these are the column, right? So this colon means it will print out all the rows and then print out all the, two index and underscore one. So let's run this function. Okay, you see all rows are present and only two uh, index columns are there, right, in the subset. So the next function is insert function. So inserting a columns, right, to uh, to a data frame that is already existing data frame is worth to know, right? So uh, we can try by this, right? So let's assume that I want to insert the data underscore 3 in the next one, right? The next this is the name of the column, and that is a position that where I want to insert. This is 0 1, and then it will print insert here, right, in between. And the data, the values are from the list, right? So let's run this file, and you see at the position number 2 we have inserted now the data underscore 3. And then the next most important functions are join, merge, and concat. So these are joining the two tables, merging based on the conditions, and appending rows and columns, etc. So the detailed lesson will be in the detail of these functions will be in upcoming lessons, so stay tuned. Moving to the next function, which is worth to know, is set underscore index. So these are the functions that I have selected. I have researched uh, the many articles like top 10, top 19, top 30. So these are my experience of functions that were to know before starting the pandas lecture. So this set underscore index is just setting the index of a column, right? Now if you see there is a index which is by default 0 1 2, but if you want to set index, this one, data underscore 1, data underscore 2 3, or this one index, you can use it. So now if I want to you know setting the index, not the default one, but I want to set this column, I can do this by, okay. So if you see before set index it was by default, but now if you see the index is this column, which is 10 dot. So this, I know this lesson is very big, but I have uh, done what I can do. So stay tuned, and Thank you.